most people will never let themselves have awarenesses that are too consequential or painful. And if they do, they can't hold them. So somebody watches a documentary that shows that the coral are all being bleached, or the oceans are being overfished, or that climate change and things are being Venusified, or all the kids that are being in child slave labor in a mine in DNC, or either they don't watch that, right? Or if they do, they go numb and try not to take it in. Or if they really take it in and they're devastated, then what? Because their job does not care about that, right? Their job requires them to focus on growing the department or winning the upcoming election, or whatever the fuck the thing is that they do. And there's a huge amount of demand. They need to put all their attention on it. And their family needs all these things. And there's a to-do list at home. And so even if, or it's not, they watch the documentary, they're with a family member as they die. And they're like, my whole life is fucking meaningless. I'm doing all the things wrong. What that person said they would redo differently. I'm set up to live my life where I die with a huge amount of regret. And then they will lose that awareness in almost no time, right? Or they go to Vipassana, or they do an ayahuasca retreat. So as soon as they come back on this thing and scroll for 15 minutes, all that's gone, right? The awareness has to have an attention span to it, or it has to have an environment that keeps re-anchoring us. Because otherwise, we are creatures that can modify our environment, but we are also in turn continuously modified by our environment and our psychosocial environment. So if you wanted to ask me practically, like the awareness of what we want to shift in our own life and how we relate with our kids and our family, and how we want to, as a citizen of the world, try to help the world for the life in perpetuity, to let yourself have the time for the awarenesses of what is actually meaningful to deepen, which means the pain and the tragedy to deepen, and the beauty and the meaningfulness to deepen, and the insanity of the nonsense to deepen, like all of those things, right? To take the time for that. And then to figure out, how do I retouch in that? How do I hold it? Used to be something like go to church every Sunday. You have some way of touching in continuously with whatever your orientation into meaning is. The very tangible thing is start surrounding yourself with people who already are more. Because the environment of information you take in and the social environment you take in will affect you, and the things that you do to try to affect yourself independent of that will be kind of swimming upstream. So if you can pay attention to, in the moments of greatest clarity, what you would like to inhabit your mind more, and in the moments of greatest clarity, what you would like to inhabit the time of your behaviors in your calendar more, and then say, who is already aligned with that? Or if I was spending more time with them, that would be continuously in my mind as opposed to only rarely in my mind. That's one thing that will make a tangible difference quickly.